at y'all with some more boxing news and updates. You already know this your boy Love One to Hate One. Let's go ahead and talk about this real quick. Alright, you guys, in this video, I want to talk about Billie Joe Saunders. You guys, Billie Joe Saunders was a very good fighter, and Canelo completely took away his soul. And a lot of people act like that was just easy. You guys, at once upon a time, Billie Joe Saunders was known as a guy that was damn near invincible. His style, he can barely get hit. He was a very good fighter. A lot of people at once upon a time had him beating a prime Triple G before Canelo. A lot of people even thought he could beat Canelo too. I know a lot of people won't admit it, and they just want to sweep that shit up under the rug, but it's true, you guys. Billie Joe Saunders, at once upon a time, a lot of people thought that he could beat a lot of guys. And he did have some good wins. He was the first person to beat Chris Eubank Jr. He beat Andy Lee, David Lemieux, and he was a champion, I think a two-time champion at 168, if I'm not mistaken. But Billie Joe Saunders completely got his soul taken from him against Canelo Alvarez. It's just like Prince Nazim. He completely got his soul taken from him against Marco Antonio Barrera. Whooped this motherfucking ass and took his soul. Then Prince Nazim basically retired, got fat, got his soul taken from him. At the end of this video, I'm going to play you guys Billie Joe Saunders' words, reflecting that fight, talking about the fight, etc. But right now, I'm just letting you guys know, Billie Joe Saunders was the type of fighter that never thought nobody can beat him, even Canelo. And when those type of fighters take losses, it's hard to bounce back from that. He really thought he was untouchable. He used to talk shit. I just decided to make this video because I'm letting people know it's a lot of fighters like this. But I'm letting you guys know, man, a lot of fighters, once they lose, like Billie Joe Saunders, especially to a fighter like Canelo, they never come back. So let's go ahead and revisit this fight in the words of Billie Joe Saunders and him talking about the fight, not only the fight, Canelo, and how Canelo basically ended his career. Also, he mentions the injury, etc. All right, y'all, I'm out.
Do you know what? It was one of them that not 1 minute did I get nervous walking in. It was like I was enjoying the moment, like enjoying it. And it was a very, very good experience, like I say. Mind games and fun all along the way. Entertainment. It was good, I enjoyed it. I think that, you know, the thing is with me, Umar, I never make excuses. Every camp, you don't go through without niggles and injuries and bits and bobs. The complete bottom line of it is this: I got beaten by the better man on the night. You know, people can say, oh yeah, you was up here and we had your level here, but the main thing is winning. And Canelo won, and that you can only give him, listen, see, if I get beat by the better man, I can always live with that. And on the night, it was a better man, you know, so that's all I can say. But with the love of it still, I loved, like, when I was in there, it was like another day at the office, really, for me. I was in there and just walking through, no nerves, no nothing, just going in there, and it was a very, very good atmosphere, even though it was against me, but it was still a good atmosphere. Do you know what? When I was in there, I've boxed all my life since I've been 5. When I was in there, I felt like after 6, I thought, do you know what? I can feel the pace. I could feel him trying to drop the pace with his kids and feints. I could feel his pace dropping, and I thought I was just growing more confidence. But what I kept doing was one thing, and I always like, it's like snooker. You see all the great players, you can pot a ball, but then they think 4, 5, 6 shots ahead. And he let me get away with minor stuff at the beginning, and he capitalised on it. I kept going one way. I thought, right, and then in the end, I sort of got a little bit like careless sort of thing, because I didn't find no freaky power. I didn't find I didn't find something in there that really shocked me, you know. But he ended it with a good shot. I mean, when I got hit with the shot, as soon as I got hit with that shot, I just thought to myself, right, you wobbled here or something. I thought my legs were gone or something. But I was bouncing around for like 10 seconds and I realised, right, your leg's not. Then I just felt, bam, all this went like numb and I could feel it like caved in a bit. And so all I can remember was ducking in here and whistling air going past. And, you know, like I say, it was a good shot he finished with. And great fighters find great ways to win. And he's a great fighter, he's a good fighter, I take my hat off to him. So the only thing I can say is that on that night a better man won. I felt very comfortable, yeah, I felt very, very comfortable. At stages too comfortable. But boxing's about staying switched on for full 36 minutes. You know, you gotta be switched on full 36 minutes. All these young fighters, you know, you get to a certain level, you grow in confidence and you think, yeah, and then you know, you can't afford to switch off in the ring against anybody really, especially not at the elite level. I don't think I switched off and made a deliberate mistake to go there. I just think that he worked his game plan to force me into that mistake, really. And you can only get away with it so long. I remember Ben was saying dip to the left as well, but I would dip into the right. He was saying like switch, give it both looks. And in hindsight, that's what I was doing that, but I wasn't trying to avoid obviously the backhand uppercut or the straight down the pipe. But look, he's been in with the greats. He's the biggest name in boxing, and you know I had an opportunity. You know the opportunity for me didn't work out the way I wanted it to work out, but you know I'm happy with life how it is. I started slower than most, slower than I ever started, because I knew that they wanted me to start fast. So I started real slow, but I knew I had to have a grand slam finish. So I didn't really want to push the pace too early soon, because pushing the pace too early soon, you know, it would have been like a tough last 3 rounds. So I knew that I had to say, right, you save some gas now, because at times I knew I had to fight fire with fire sometimes. And do you know what? I was on the back foot. I was on the back foot completely, and I couldn't see out of this eye at all. Could not see a thing, nothing. I swear to God, I saw 3. Yeah, and I thought, fucking hell, like, and I was just moving around. And as soon as that bell went, I could hear Ben, as I was walking back, I could hear Ben saying, it's over, it's finished, it's done. Before we even sat down. And I agreed with another member of the cornermen to go up for one more round, switched orthodox, so I'll switch. But listen, like I say, look, it was rightly stopped. You know, it was rightly stopped. Listen, we've seen so many injuries in boxing, and when I got to the hospital, it was at the back of the retina, and there was a bit of my cheek split off what could have set at the back, so if it pierced it, then I would have been blind in one eye completely. Listen, we're in a sport, aren't we? Like I say, we've seen so many deaths in boxing and so many severe injuries and bits and bobs, and that's the reason why, you know, you have a good cornerman in there.